What's up, everybody? How you guys doing out there? Uh, yeah, we're gonna get this popping real quick. Just let me yeah, get situated a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit going around these days. Uh, but it is what it is. Let me send out some of these links real quick. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, let me know how you guys doing, man, when you guys step your foot on in the building, man. Just let me know how y'all doing today. This easy breezy Sunday. Well, I hope it's been easy breezy for you guys. But just let me know how you doing when you come up in here. Uh, this video is about this thing. I didn't get to watch it all, but I watched uh, some of it while I was at work. You know, at work I'm always got people in my face or I'm doing something, so I can't really focus on uh, some of this stuff. Uh, but from what I did see with this debate, which really, to tell you the truth, is not a debate. It looked like, propaganda. It looked like something that was specifically for Deontay Wilder. This was specifically to make sure that at the end of the day, that they are so-called controlling the narrative over there in the UK, because obviously BT Sports doesn't really reach out over here with the boxing fans as far as the casuals are concerned, not the hardcore fans. Because when you watch the article, you got Paulie, a guy that was fired or let go, however you want to define it, right? You got a guy that used to spar with Deontay Wilder, right? You got a guy um, who doesn't like Deontay Wilder, right? John Fury, right? So you got all kind of guys that don't like Deontay Wilder, including the, if it was the so-called debate, the moderator, Jacob Jitties, what's happening? Did this other guy? None of these guys, like Deontay Wilder. And the thing that, that got me the most was out of this thing. I'm gonna play some of it in this thing, but I'm not gonna play all of it. I'll play some of it for y'all and comment on it. See what you guys out there got to say with it as well, and go back and forth. But I thought it was just a bunch of bullshit. One thing that struck me out was the whole thing. Well, two things: the power of Deontay Wilder that John Fury said that Deontay Wilder lacks, and that Deontay Wilder, and that Tyson Fury was not in shape. Tyson Fury was in shape. Even Big John said it. And then when you watch the fight, if Tyson Fury wasn't in shape, why was he doing all that jumping and down, jumping up, running around after every round? Why was he doing that if he wasn't in shape? Because wouldn't he know? Why would you be happy and say, well, they wanted to fight Tyson Fury because they didn't think he could get past the fourth round, but he did it. Doesn't that say that he was in shape? And then they said the power, right? Well, your boy was knocked down twice officially in that fight. So he lacked power and stuff and all that stuff. Lacked power, lacked style, lacked boxing abilities and all that stuff. How did he lay down twice? And the most important thing that I got out of this, it was the one I saw was 23 minutes long, 23 minutes and 45 seconds long. Another thing I got out of it was the only person in there to actually be, well, there's two people in there that was actually successful at boxing. Paulie Malignaggi, the last couple of fights, has made some pretty bad decisions. Bare knuckles fighting and so on and so forth. He made a whole bunch of bad fucking decisions, right? And he was woofing about how he was going to whoop this guy and whoop that guy and blah, 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 whoop, and he ended up getting whooped. He even made a bad decision by sparring Conor McGregor. And then Conor McGregor ended up releasing the onslaught of ass whooping that he gave him, or a snippet of the ass whooping that he gave him in sparring. You know, you thought you was with a cool guy and stuff like that and didn't sign the right paperwork and stuff, and you got your ass whooped in there. But all of a sudden, you're supposed to be this expert and everything about boxing and stuff like that. Yeah, you're supposed to be an expert, or you're supposed to have some type of insight, or you're supposed to have some type of insight because obviously you were a successful boxer. But obviously, you're not being so successful at commentating because so many people don't fucking like you as a commentator. Who did that? What's happening, baby? Don't fucking like you for some odd reason. Is it because you get it wrong? Is it because you keep backing the wrong people? Or is it because you keep saying the wrong fucking shit that nobody out here understands but you and your crazy ass? And what kind of man get his eyebrows arched? Psst, that's been announced to me, right? So, but you got one guy in there that actually sparred Deontay Wilder, and there was no, and as far as what I've seen in the thing of the 23 minutes and 45 seconds, there was a proper questioning gave to David Haye about what Deontay Wilder can do. David Haye said the guy can't box. He just ain't showed you. He has a nice jab. You just ain't paid attention. He has nice footwork. You guys just ain't paid attention. So what is that all about? And then you forget two key things. Deontay Wilder had surgery before the fight, and he had the flu during the fight. So at the end of the day, I don't understand how you can't see that these guys both came in with some baggage. And these both guys came in, gave a good show, end up a draw, coming out here fighting again after Tyson Fury fought two no-name fighters, almost get his ass whooped by one of them, goes to WWE, and now all of a sudden he's fighting Deontay Wilder. And then, you know, this John Fury guy gonna say, oh, Deontay Wilder ain't fought nobody great. So what is your son? If Tyson Fury wasn't in shape and Tyson Fury wasn't ready, why did he take the fight? What kind of shape did Tyson Fury look in against Tom Shorts? What kind of shape did he look against Otto Wallins? What kind of shape did he look in those two fights after Deontay Wilder? Hello. What kind of shape did Deontay Wilder look? And then they could talk about, oh, I don't think Deontay Wilder could get better and this and that. Let me tell you, I don't think they know what to do and this and the third. What you mean you don't think they know what to do? You think that Mark Brennan don't know what to do? You think D's don't know what to do? You think everybody in Deontay Wilder can't figure out what fucking went wrong in that fucking fight? Don't make any sense. Who did that said damn right. If Fury wasn't 100%, let me check my stream market. Okay, cool. Damn right. If Fury wasn't 100%, he would have went against Wilder and that crazy power. Exactly. Who did that also goes on to say, the gray head man and David Haye was the only unbiased people on that show. They didn't want to hear it though. You know, you had a whole bunch of people interjecting what David Haye got to say, cutting them off and stuff like that, because the only thing he was doing was being a salesman. He's trying to sell something that can't be sold. And this happens time and time again when it comes to the UK. I'm sorry to say it, when it comes to UK news, BT and Sky Sports. Sky Sports has Dillian White sitting up over there caping, talking about they had a whole segment for just so Dillian White can say that he's been waiting 500-600 fucking days as the number one because he was such a coward and he was so what's that word? Adamant about staying number one, the silver, instead of the mandatory. Let me roll some of this.
To consider the impact this fight's going to have, both in the States, Paulie, you were a commentator there last time, and over here, Steve. Steve, how big do you think this fight is?
Both these guys are undefeated, remember. One of them is the lineal heavyweight champion, in the sense that he won the world heavyweight title in the ring against great odds in front of 50,000 hostile fans, and he's never lost it in the ring. And the other guy won it in the ring, no problem, a version of it, and just keeps knocking people out. So they both got these incredible claims. So they're both unbeaten, and it's a rematch. That's a set of circumstances that's never, ever happened before at any weight.
So, Paulie, how's it resonating in the United States?
There's still a curiosity about Deontay Wilder. You know, the conversation is about is he the hardest
TJ
puncher in
Wilkins, what's
heavyweight
happening?
history? You know, and a lot of American fans are now starting to kind of gravitate towards him and noticing the highlight reel knockouts and the things that he can do in the ring. And obviously, Fury has made a name for himself with some of the wins in his career. And of course, the first fight left a lot of curiosity to be wondering what could happen in a rematch.
I mean, I came away from that first fight with a sort of a jaw-dropped wow after that last round.
The thing that struck me was the boxing ability of Tyson Fury. The fact that he could negate someone who's very fast, agile, and I know has got ridiculous punch power. The way that he was able to stay calm and relax up against the ropes and basically bamboozle Wilder for the majority of the fight. And I think the second time round, we're going to see a very, very different fight.
A different fight? Are we going to see a different fight from Tyson, John?
Only because he's forced to, because he got a bad decision last time, 10-2, and he got a draw. So he knows this time he's got to do something different. But this time, Wilder's facing somewhat different. In a man at his weight, he's stabilised at the weight, he's strong at the weight, and he wants it more than anything in the world. And Wilder now, he's not getting any better. He's edging 35 years old, he's on a decline. Tyson's 31, getting better.
That's
and Tyson's
unproven right
fought
there.
better people.
John, do you
Tyson
not
Fury
think
ain't fought
Wilder
better
can be
people.
better? Do you not think that what you saw there and what you've seen this year, nothing's convinced you that Wilder can be a better fighter than we saw in Los Angeles?
No, not at all. In his last fight against Ortiz, I just thought he was taking his time. Obviously, he was waiting for the big punch. He had a game plan. It worked.
See, but that's the thing that this guy that people don't understand with this John Fury guy. He wasn't successful at boxing. He doesn't have a stable of fighters that have been successful or anything like that. He's not even the head trainer of his son. That was Ben Davison. So if this guy is supposed to be this guy that knows so much about boxing, knows so much about Deontay Wilder, knows so much about this and that, what role are you playing right now? If you're supposed to be the so-called expert on what Wilder's going to do next in this fight, and you looking up over there saying that Wilder is fighting Ortiz, I didn't see anything better. He was just kind of waiting for the big shot and blah blah blah, would do a whoop. Well, guess what? It worked out in his favor. It worked out in his favor, and he knocked the guy out, and it didn't have to go to the refs. He didn't have to wait for somebody to tally up a fucking score, 3 people to tally up fucking scorecards and give it a draw or strip him of his fucking title. So, that's all it is. I see it is a whole bunch of guys ganging up on David Haye. David Haye is the only one that sparred Wilder. David Haye is the only one knows that what Wilder is capable of. But David Haye knows what Wilder was capable of a few years ago. Not no more. Because Deontay Wilder has gotten better. Now, if you want to say that you don't see Deontay Wilder doing anything better in that fight, well, check this out. How did Wilder's jab look against Ortiz versus Wilder's jab consistently against Tyson Fury? How did Wilder's punch placement look against Ortiz versus what it looks against Tyson Fury? Did Wilder look too anxious against Louis King Kong Ortiz, or did Wilder look too anxious against Tyson Fury? What is it? What is it? Let me read some of these comments. Who did that? Said, and yeah, every time they tried to say something good about Wilder, Fury and Paulie was jumping in like double dutch trying to discredit Wilder. I like that word. I like how you put that, double dutch. Yep. They did jump in there like that. It's my time to chime in. Ooh, I got something to say. Raise your hand first next time. Jacob Jennings said Wilder will attack more with his jab and counter punches. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too, and I think that a little bit more combinations would have helped too with this fight to make Tyson Fury feel uncomfortable. TJ Wilkins said, I think Wilder will take his time and pick his shots a lot better. Yeah, I think so too. Who did that? Said TJ Wilkins, salute to you too. Peace and blessings. Who did that? Said Wilkins, JB Boxing. What's happening, baby? He said they're hyping it up for pay per view sales. Michael, yeah, he is. Why else would you have a crazy guy like John Fury on the platform like BT Sports? Yeah, you ain't lying about that one. Yeah, they definitely hyping it up, but they hyping it up in one guy's favor. You know what I'm saying? TJ Wilkins said, "What's up?" To who did that? Who did that? Said, "Yeah, I agree." At TJ Wilkins, Wilder will be very comfortable this time. Last fight, he telegraphed everything, wanted the KO so bad. Yeah, he did. Yep. Jacob Jennings said, "I thought against Ortiz, his jab was setting up the big straight right hand. Yeah, it was, and his footwork was too. His feet work was setting it up too. You know, if Wilder didn't have a jab, well, how come he stunned? Also Wilder's jab stunned Tyson Fury and busted his goddamn nose open. And in the 12th round, what set up everything was Wilder's jab. So, you know, because it stunned him, and then Wilder came in with that powering jab, blocked Tyson Fury's arm down, and knocked his ass down with a 1-2. So, play some more of these clips.
For him, but that kind of stuff, if he fights like that with Tyson, he get beat outside.
Do you think Wilder can be a better fighter second time round?
I really, truly do.
How do you think that though, David?
I think
What
that
gives you
because the first time round when they thought, I didn't believe Wilder had any type of game plan. I think he just wanted to go out there and he believed
he had a game
he
plan.
believed that all he had to do was hit him on the chin. And it was very difficult to do that on your best day against
Well, I
Tyson.
don't
But
know-
when you go out there with no respect, he had no respect for
Let
Tyson.
me tell you something. I'm not jumping on what you're saying, but if they thought that Tyson had any chance at all of winning that fight, they wouldn't have been fighting him. They wanted to cherry pick Tyson when Tyson was at his worst, and he still couldn't do any good.
Before he was ready, before he lost the
Before he
weight.
was ready. God knows he weren't even ready.
Yeah, can we all agree that he needed one more fight before
needed
Wilder?
one
In an
more
ideal world,
fight.
one or two more fights. So the Tyson we saw in there that night, he shouldn't have even been there. He should have been fighting Wilder in about September of last year, is what we're.
This is
Can we,
what I'm
can we
saying.
kind of agree on
They
that?
cherry picked him, and that wasn't good enough because they underestimated what fire Tyson's got in his belly. You could saw his leg off with a saw and he'd still fight. All the time Tyson's breathing and he's able to throw and he's in his
get up and
senses,
fight.
he'll get up and fight.
Paul,
And that's what a lot of other heavyweights.
And that's the thing. The guy that he doesn't want to answer that question. Yeah, he believes Tyson Fury should have took more fights because if you're going to say that he wasn't ready and that he wasn't in the peak of his shape, and then you want to say that he still didn't get Wilder, so you are saying that he should have took that another fight or two. And then at the same time is if Tyson Fury wasn't in shape, what was all that jumping up and down after every round? What was all that? I put my hands up, I jump up and down, act like I won the fucking round and everything. After every fucking round, how come all that start changing when Tyson Fury start getting hit more and more and more? You see what I'm saying? Roll some more of this tape, and then I'm gonna get to the comments section.
Thank God.
Paulie, you've watched it and you've analysed it, and David's, I'm sure, got a view on this as well. You're talking about how
This bitch-ass
Deontay
motherfucker,
Wilder
Paulie.
can improve. If you were in that corner, how would you make him better second time round?
I felt like it was a frustrated Wilder. I felt like it was a bit of a confused Wilder in the ring, and I was looking for some adjustments that I never saw, neither from Wilder nor from the corner instructions. So it'll be interesting to see when they go back to the gym and prepare for this rematch, if those certain adjustments will be discussed, or even if they know what they are, But one thing about Fury that I think you can't overlook, he tends to fight at the level of his opposition. So he tends to kind of look average, and then all of a sudden you put him in with a monster, and he looks like a monster himself.
Surely this time round, we see a better Wilder. Surely we do.
Which is, I guess, is what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think Wilder going into that fight thought it was going to be the fight of his life. He didn't think he'd need to struggle and get wobbled a couple of times. He got hit heavy with some big right hands from Fury throughout that fight. I don't think he expected that type of fight. I don't think physically he was ready for the fight he was in. I don't think mentally he thought it was just another knockout on his record. And once he found himself in a fight in round 5 and 6, he'd already emptied the tank in the early rounds trying to get him out of there. So he didn't pace himself like he did against Ortiz and just wait for the right shots. By the time he realised he was in a real fight, he wasn't the Wilder that he could have been. So
Because the corner made a big mistake. They thought Tyson would tire after 4 or 5.
They banked on it,
mid-round,
It was simple, they banked on it.
But they didn't know what Tyson had inside of him. And
See, and that's the thing. After that thing, he said, you know, he didn't know what Tyson Fury had inside of him and everything. What Tyson had inside of him was that he was fucking in shape. He was in shape. And no, Chad Mullen, he did not win no 10 rounds. He did not. And if that's what you believe, bless to you, because at the end of the day, I can go back and say that Tyson Fury was knocked smooth the fuck out. So, anyways, let me get back to what I was saying, and I'm gonna get to the rest to everybody else because I don't want to seem like this is some Chad Mullen fucking live stream. So if I'm not even gonna play, I'll probably play a little bit more of these clips and stuff like that. But you know, it is what it is. Just like JB Boxing is nothing but a propaganda tool to prop up Tyson Fury to this fucking to put him up on here on the mantle somewhere that he shouldn't fucking be. The proper way would have been done this was to put two people, one to put people in there that actually sparred with Wilder, and people that are boxing right now that are current with the news, the events, and everything when it comes to Deontay Wilder. Not two guys, not a whole bunch of people that don't know shit. You know, and then this whole interview, there's a lot of cutting in and cutting out. So it's not everything what everybody had to say. It's just what BT Sports wants to put out. The gray haired gentleman with the bald head, he was talking, and I could see it. The camera didn't change, but I could tell that they cut something out and blended it back in. They're doing that over and over again in this video because the whole video is to make Tyson Fury look good, is to make it that Tyson Fury is going to come up in here and do the damn thing. He's going to walk Deontay Wilder down. He's going to show Deontay Wilder who's boss and blah, 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 whoop, whoop, whoop. But at the end of the day, a lot of people be sitting up over here talking about how Wilder has no inside game, his arms and this and the third, but don't get caught with that fucking hook, with that fucking uppercut, and with that straight right fucking hand or a cross trying to bully Deontay Wilder in the inside. So, it is what it is. JB Boxing said, evening, Jacob. Chad Mullen said, hello, JB Boxing. Who did that said at TJ Wright. The channel I was listening to was hating on Earl and other boxers. That's not even relevant right now. Yeah, it's not relevant right now. If you want to hate on Earl and stuff like that, you still got to take into account that, as far as the welterweight division, he's a fucking factor. And you can hate on him all day. You could talk about how he got a DUI, he endangered people, and he flipped his car. He might not ever box again. But at the end of the day, he is still, see, man, you should have left that motherfucker alone. You should have left him alone. You should learn how to leave people alone, Chad Mullen. You just can't come up in here and I didn't see what you said, but people really don't like some of the shit you got to say, man. And it's not like you could back it up. So yeah, TJ Wilkins, that uppercut, yep. Open all day. Chad Mullen said, hold up. I'm missing. I gotta scroll up. Jacob Jennings said that Chad Mullen salute. You think Fury won? Yeah, he think Fury won, man. That's why somebody knocked him out. Put him on timeout. Who did that said at Chad, I had to fight tied going into the 12th. With the 12th round, I thought Wilder won by 2. See, there you go. JB Boxer said, Chad, the YouTube boxing trolls, shake my damn head. Yep. JB Boxer said, you know who that guy is, don't you, folks? Who is Jacob Mullen? What guy you talking about, JB Boxer? Damn, Tyson Fury came in there. I clearly won that fight. I outlanded him 10 rounds to 2. I got robbed. The judges were corrupt. Fact. Okay, whatever. If you run all them rounds and stuff like that, and you really wanted to, if you really wanted to win that fight, you should have just knocked Deontay Wilder out. If you really wanted to win that fight, you should have never laid on your back twice. If you really wanted to win that fight, you should have threw and landed more punches each round, but you didn't. So it went to a draw because you left it to the judges, and so now this is something you got to deal with. Now I'm saying you won 10-12 or 10 out of 12 or whatever the case may be. Guess what? You didn't. You didn't, because when we go to the WBC and we look at the rankings of both of Deontay Wilder, it says 1 draw. It don't say 1 loss. TJ Wiggins said that uppercut will be open all day for Wilder. Yeah, if he coming up in the inside like that. Yep. Jacob Jennings said Tyson Fury, if you did all that, your hands should have been raised. Yep, they should have been raised if you did all that. Tyrone said he busy playing that Rainbow Six. I ain't mad at you, bro. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. One. JB Boxer said Mike has a major troll addiction. Yeah, I don't know where they come from. I don't even know how they find me, but they find their way up in here. They find him way up in everybody's channels and shit like that, and they end up getting blocked, for X amount of seconds or hidden, But Chad Mullen be back after 300 seconds. Who did that said TJ Wilkins. I was praying. He threw the uppercut in the first fight. That duck it down he was doing. I want him to throw it behind the jab. Yeah, not only to do that is that duck it down he's doing, Tyson Fury is trying to use his elongated body to push and then to back up to get out of the way of that right hand. But I was looking at, you should have just hit them. Wilder should have just been hitting them ribs. Wilder should have put his fucking forearm in Tyson Fury's fucking neck and smacked him right in his goddamn ribs every single time he did that shit. What I'm sipping on? I'm sipping on a Guinness. I'm sipping on a Guinness, man. That's what a 22 fluid ounces of Guinness. Yep. I'm always sipping. Yeah, man. But that's what I got of that, and Tyson Fury, he out there saying that he want to kill himself every Sundays and stuff like that, and blah blah whoop whoop whoop. Me personally, man, you got kids and shit, you got a wife, you got a whole family, you got people banking on you and stuff like that. And, you're no longer living for yourself and stuff like that. You can go out there and get all the therapy in the world. You can go out there and you can take all the psychotropic drugs in the world. But at the end of the day, you got to do it. You got to do it for yourself. Because how bad do you want to become undisputed? How bad do you want to see your child grow up? How bad do you want to live and watch and be there for your children and stuff like that? How bad do you want that? You know what I'm saying? And then not only that is, if you go out on your plans to kill yourself, what is that going to do to them? That's going to hurt them. And coming out here, giving people these sorry ass stories and stuff like that, it doesn't do nothing. If you want a pity party, from Phelps, the female correspondent lady, if you want a pity party, go on the Maury show, go on Dr. Phil, go on over there, but don't be coming on these boxing channels talking about how you and stuff like that. And plus, I think he's just a stone cold liar. I don't think he got a problem. I just think that he got a problem with acceptance. He got a problem with people accepting him. And he tries so hard to get people to accept him, he becomes somebody he's not. He got to talk shit to be accepted. He got to talk about people to be accepted. Every chance he get to talk about somebody, he talks about them. And them people ain't even talking about him. They can give a rat's ass about what Tyson Fury is doing day to day on his Twitter, these interviews he's doing, they could give a damn. But he chooses to interject his 2 cent, 10 cent, 5 cent, whatever about somebody else. And usually, 9 times out of 10, even if he says something positive about somebody, you're going to get something, he going to say something negative a couple days later or in that same day. Like it fucking matters. At the end of the day, it don't matter the ticket sales. It don't matter how much you do on pay-per-view. It don't matter how many people watch this fight worldwide. What matters is, do you as a boxing fan want to watch the fight? Do you as a boxing fan want to hear all this jaw jabbing from Tyson Fury, or you guys just want to watch the fight? I just want to watch the fight. I want to see who's going to win. And if the fighter that I picked, Deontay Wilder, happens to win, yes, you goddamn right, I'm gonna be pointing fingers. And the reason why I'm gonna be pointing fingers, because they're gonna have nothing to talk about but Deontay Wilder. Again, just like right now, who out there worried about Anthony Johnson versus Pulev? Who out there worried about who Alexander Alexander Usyk is fighting next? Ain't nobody worried about the heavyweight division. Everybody worried about Deontay Wilder. Everybody talking about Deontay Wilder because he's the man. Read some of these comments. Oh, damn, Chad Miller getting smacked up again. Jacob Jennings said, Guinness is good beer, better from the tap. Yes, it is. But I like to drink it at home because it keep black folks out your refrigerator. Who did that said, right. That too. If Wilder went to the body, I believe he could have stopped him with a body shot. He could have not only stopped him with a body shot, but that high guard that dude utilizes wouldn't have been worked. And Chad Mullen, see, this is the thing. You have to use somebody else's talking point to make your point. All the time you've been in my comment section, you ain't never said nothing about Wilder's power until John Fury said something about it. Because you sounding just like him right now. How come you can't sound like yourself? How come you can't come up with your own talking points? You come up here with somebody else's talking points, act like you know what you're talking about, and then you get shitted on, then you get hidden, and then you want to cry about somebody fucking blocking you or hitting you with a wrench. This guy said, if Wilder power is good, how come Fury got up? Wilder's power is overrated. There's only one way to put somebody on their back. And if that's your power is good. If you look at all the heavyweights in the heavyweight division, how many of them knock their opponents down? How many of those fights go to a decision? And this goes for all these other weight divisions. How many of those fights go to a decision? How many of those fights end in knockout? Or how many of those fights do you see somebody going down twice? And then with all that, how many of all those fights you hear boxers saying, I don't know how I got up. I was out cold. I don't know how I got up. Read some more of these comments. I'm trying to find them. JB Boxer said, are there rumors that the loser has a chance to activate a rematch clause for a third fight? It's true. That's what word on the street is. Boxing Square, what's happening, baby? You had some good videos today, man. You had some good videos. I was up in there and I liked them. You had some good videos up in there, Boxing Square. If you guys ain't subscribed, go out there and subscribe to Boxing Square. He has a good channel. Also, subscribe to Tyrone Smith. He just started making videos and stuff like that. So going out there and subscribe to those guys. The two guys right there. There's some cool guys that come out with good videos, man. Make sure you give them, and when you get up in there, man, give them the respect they deserve. When you walk in somebody's house, don't be in there cussing people out and calling them all kind of dickheads. I used to do it in the comment section. I try not to no more because it just doesn't look right, you know. Tyrone said, not anymore. I don't want the problems is with these Decepticons in real life or on the internet. They are the most relentless people on the planet. Just won't take no for an answer. Real talk. Yeah, they don't take no for an answer. Um, Chad Mullen said, Boxing Square, what are you doing there? He's minding his damn business. That's what he's doing in here. He's minding his business. He's a grown man. He could go wherever the hell he wants to, just like you could go whatever the hell you want to. Now, Chad Mullen, when I give people wrenches in here, I give them 100% discretion to do whatever they want to with those wrenches. I don't tell them. I don't tell them to smack you with the wrench. I don't tell them to block you or anything like that. So I gave them full discretion, and Tyrone knows that. Unless I say don't smack nobody, don't hide nobody, it's all up to them. And usually I don't like to say anything about it because they're here to watch my channel and stuff like that. They're here all the time, and if they feel like somebody needs to go, then that's their discretion. I'm not. Put it like this: the people that you see in here, they're here all the time. They deserve more attention than you. So if they want to tell you bye and stuff like that, that's their prerogative, man. That's their fucking prerogative. So that's why you was hit up. And I'm not mad at Tyrone. If I was, I wouldn't say it to him. I just talk to him later. You know, who did that? They was giving all the close rounds to Fury like it was guaranteed. I'm not mad at them for doing that. It's like, you know, sometimes I do have bias when it comes to a boxer that I want to see win or a boxer I like and stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes I do have it. Like that Rigo fight, man. I watched it. Me, Tyrone, and Brooklyn Child Boxer, we watched it live. I didn't think that it was a split decision. I don't think it should have been a split decision, but I also believed all that dancing around that Rigo was doing. It didn't help the judges because you know sometimes these people they get a bit in their feelings about how they think a boxing match should be, and a lot of people don't like showboating. So what they do is they will say that when it comes to critiquing fighters, when you have a trainer or you have somebody that's boxing, it ain't gonna sound like the way I talk about it. See what I'm saying? Because they have a different expectation on what a boxer is. You see what I'm saying? So Jacob Jennings said, take home plates too, laugh aloud. Who did that? Laughing too. JB Boxer said, Wilder and Fury, no matter how many times they fight, will always have that 50-50 factor about it. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. I'm not, yeah, that's, oh shit. Edward Hearn, Edward Hearn came up in here. I believe it's a 50-50 fight. You know what I'm saying? I believe this fight is more of a 50-50 fight than a fight with Anthony Joshua. And that's just based off of Anthony Joshua's last fight. I mean, the first fight with Andy Ruiz, and then the second fight with Andy Ruiz. I don't know if he lost his spunk. I don't know if that affected him or anything, but it sure did look like it. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that with that. Don Dada said salute Michael Johnson in the chat and family. So he also said what's up to everybody. Who did that said Don Dada was good, fam. Don Dada said who did that thumbs up salute Mike fam. Smiley face with some sunglasses. Who did that said JB, you right. Fury earned my respect with the way he showed up in the first fight. Yeah, he get respect for that. JB Boxer said fan wise Fury doing the WWE thing, in my opinion, was a good for exposing him to a wilder audience. I think the fight will do well and will be one we will look back on for years. Okay. It just looked like it doesn't sound right when I read it, but it sounds right when I say it. It's like it just wasn't adding up. Who did that said hell nah, Rigo dominated. Them judges was hating. No, I wasn't saying he didn't dominate. I said it wasn't no split decision. I don't think it was a split decision. I just think that what he was doing in the ring, showboating and not getting that dude out of there, I think he could have got him out of there. You know what I'm saying? I think Rigo could have got him out of there. I don't know what the deal was. He was just toying with him. He just playing with his food. Edward Hearn said, Fury beat Wilder the first time he got robbed. Okay, that's nice. Edward Hearn said, is that normal? I don't know what's normal. For you to come in here with another man's name and act like you're somebody you're not, I don't think that's normal. I think you got something wrong with you. And I think that you should either come in here with a name that you made up specifically for yourself or come in as your own name. JB Boxer said many more promotions and Boxer will be entering the chat. Chad, what's up with you, man? For fuck's sake. Yeah, that's probably him. Yeah, you ain't lying. Jacob Jennings said Edward Hearn was that Edward Hearn who has Tyson Fury knocked out in the top 5 heavyweights. Yep. Last one said, hey man, sorry, just got in. What's happened? Oh, nothing much happened. We just talked about that interview that well, it was an interview, but it damn for sure wasn't a debate, but they called it the debate on BT Sports. It's a 23-minute and 45-second video on BT Sports YouTube page. John Fury, David Hay, and Paulie. I like to get my eyebrows arched monology. Talking about debating Wilder versus Fury too, but then it went on a tangent about who won the some shit that had nothing to do with what's gonna happen in the first fight. It's a whole bunch of what ifs and stuff like that. Nobody knows what's really what people gonna bring to the table. So you got David Hay getting fucking double triple teamed on that bad boy. So but he's the only one that sparred Wilder. So TJ Wiggins, Edward Hearn, you going to pay AB that bag? Yeah. Yeah, well, he can't answer you right now because he was hidden. JB Boxer said Anthony Yarde was fighting in some bogus Spanish card last night against a 50 loss journeyman. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I was at work. I wasn't going to watch it anyways. I was just hoping that Anthony Yarde didn't get put to sleep or didn't lose that fight. But at the same time, if he did, then hopefully that guy would have came and did something with it. Which obviously 50 losses, what are you gonna do? I put it like this: I'm not gonna bash Anthony Yarde too much on that because Anthony Yarde ain't the problem. Anthony Yarde is not the problem. Not what's so bit. He took a nice little beat in his last fight. Tyson Fury did it, and a lot of people gave him a pass. But obviously Anthony Yarde is not going to get a pass for that. So Anthony Yarde didn't look too well in his last fight. So maybe he needed a boost in confidence. Maybe he needed a streak or something. But I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's see what he do next. Now, if he does the same thing next, like I said, I'll be all on that ass. But I'm just going to let him slide on this one. Who did that? Said I was saying, hell nah, your bias didn't lead you wrong. Even though you was biased, you was 100% right. Yeah. It's just like one of those things, man. It's just, I'm watching the fight. I want Regal to win, but it's just like, this shit it just didn't sit well. Like, I'm in there watching it and they say split. I'm like, nah. Because a split decision ain't nothing to me, but it could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? Just like a draw, could have went either way. But that fight couldn't have went either way. Not in my book. Damn. Now Al Heyman in here. Damn. Come on now, Chad, man. How many names you got, bruh? Who did that? Said I was saying. Oh, my bad. Last one said all that matters is what happens on the night. We do that kind of thing with all sports over here. Yeah, but it's just the simple fact, it's not about who can win. When you watch that BT Sports interview, it's not about if Wilder can win. It's not. Because when you listen to the talking points from John Fury, Paulie Malignaggi, and that other guy, they can say the most absurd fucking shit. And they can have a straight face, don't grin, don't do nothing, look dead ass serious. Because they don't care. As long as they can get people that tuned in to believe that, and they know that they're not going to care. Because they're selling the fight. That's what they there to get paid for. Edward Hearn said it in one of his recent interviews. That is my job to sell these fights for the fighter. That's the reason why they come out in here and do that. And some of the stuff just sounds, not everything that come out of Edward Hearn's mouth, not everything that comes out of John Fury's mouth, not everything that comes out of Paulie Malignani's mouth sounds like dead ass wrong. But that's their job, to sell the fight, to sell the narrative. And they're not going to get everything right. Just like I'm not going to get everything right, but they are supposed to be the professionals. Now, they're Paulie Malignani, I don't care what anybody calls him, he's not a journalist. He's not a member of the press. He's a boxing media personality. If somebody employs him to speak for them, to put his face on camera and to regurgitate what they want him to regurgitate. I want you to make Tyson Fury look good. So he gets on there, and that's his job. You know? Lonsman said, I like Hay. He's snaky, but he's a great fighter. Yeah, he's a great fighter with a bit of a temperament. I think that his Achilles, man, that was just something. Hey, man, Achilles, some people could come back from it, but that's far few between, man. JB Boxer said David Haye comeback was the biggest legal robbery in the sport of history, $16 million. Yeah, it was. Everybody knew that, but he could have. But I think that with that Achilles, that was going to take more than a year to be back. I know a couple of cats that had Achilles injuries. They still able to dunk and play basketball and stuff like that. But they would even tell you, hell, they lost a step. They can't do everything that they used to do. Who did that? Said, boy, these internet trolls out of control. Yeah, but you just let me know if I'm paying too much attention to him and tell me to, like, hey, Mike, you doing it, bruh? Or, you know what I'm saying? Just let me know if I'm getting too much attention. Boxing Square, what's happening, baby? Apparently the reason for the random yard fight is he needed a win before he can fight for the vacant title. Might be an IBO star he can go for. Yeah, you ain't lying. And I think they'll give it to him. And I think with Anthony Yard, I think he can get something like that. And I think you're on to something with that. I think that's the most possible way to think about it, because a lot of fighters come out here and fight lesser opponents and then go out there and still get a good fight after that for a vacant title, third tier, whatever. They still get that. So, you might be on to something with that one, with the Anthony Yard one. You might be right. You might be dead ass right with that one. Lost One said, what did they say about Wilder on the show? I don't have the greatest memory in the world. I don't write nothing down. So, John Fury went back and forth about how Wilder you don't see Wilder do anything better. Tyson Fury wasn't in the best shape. Tyson Fury, he could have one leg cut off and give his all, because he's a warrior, basically. Said that Wilder doesn't have that much power as you think he did, because if he did, my son would have never got up. And a couple of other stuff just didn't sound right. It just the scenario just doesn't sound right. It's just too many people not talking about what Tyson Fury could do and what Deontay Wilder could do, so they can actually come up with a dialogue. And they call it a debate when it's not a debate. Yeah, you have a moderator and all that stuff, but it's not like these guys studied the fight, study what's been going on with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury leading up to the fight, and then after the fight, and then coming up in here and having good talking points. There's no talking points, really. There's not a lot of answers being answered by John Fury. John Fury was asked, well, maybe they cut it out. Maybe they cut it out, because that's what they be doing on these things. Maybe they cut it out, but they showing up didn't show it, John Fury was asked, do you think your son needed a fight or two before he fought Deontay Wilder? He skipped it. You know, but like I said, I think a lot would, you know, it's an odd number too. 23 minutes with 45 seconds, right? It's an odd number. It starts in when these guys are already talking, so we don't know what's already been said. There's a lot of cutting in and out. I'm not talking about the cameras, the camera angles that they're showing. What I'm talking about is you can see it. You can see it. The guy is talking and it's like it skips to a new frame in the middle of a conversation, in the middle of a sentence. So you could tell that they, and plus I've been on the news before. I've been interviewed before on the news last season and after one of our games. They don't, sometimes it's not the best representation for you. And sometimes they make your voice a little bit high pitched, a little bit deeper. So you just, JB Boxing said, surely Tunde won't put Yard in that world level again. He has major flaws to fix. Yeah, he got major flaws to fix. And his opponents have been doing a decent job at exploiting them. But his flaws can be fixed, you know? And I think one aspect of his of his flaws being fixed is working behind that jab. Learn how to work behind the jab. You don't have to fight in the inside 85, 95% of a fight. You don't have to do that. Sometimes you put on the gas and sometimes you take off the gas. You know, the let your opponent to give you something to swing at. You know, sometimes you gotta allow your opponent to make mistakes so you can get some in. You know, you don't have to just fight in the inside. Like when you watch the Brigadow fight. Beginning of the rounds, I was mad that he was wanting to fight the guy in the inside and just keep his hands up and let this guy just throw these punches with all his might straight from the hips. And then Brigadow kept going towards the ropes, leaning on the ropes and stuff like that. I'm like, what the fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't do that and not move your head. You don't just put your hands up and not move your head. Try to dodge some of them. Try to shed some of them things. You know, try to get the fuck out of dodge. But he switched it around. But that's what I'm saying. You got to switch it up. That's what said Yard can be world level JB boxing. You got to remember he was 11 rounds with a hardest vet like Cove with only 30 fights, amateur and professional combined. Yeah, he ain't got that many fights either. Who did that said Wilder would break under pressure. He will knock Wilder out. I think he meant Fury will break under pressure. He will not. If that's what, yeah, that's what John Fury said. That's what John Fury said. Who did that? He said that Wilder would break under pressure, and he said that Wilder was scared at Tyson Fury's boxing abilities in this fight. Yeah, I got what you were saying. Who did that? JB Boxing said, I agree, lost one, but can be the key word. Yeah, can be the key word. Your comment, I say a year fighting steady opposition would be a benefit before another title shot. His jab was non-existent versus Kovalev. Yeah. After you learn one thing, you can learn something else. Trying to learn a whole bunch of shit at once sometimes doesn't work. Nosman said John Fury stabbed someone in the eye. Yeah, he stabbed someone in the eye. Nosman said I would have picked his side in front of him too. No, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is that he's a fucking bully. He's a bully. And it's something I tell my old lady all the time. When she wants shit her way and she wanna use the poom poom as a bargaining chip. I told her I don't negotiate with terrorists. That's exactly what I told her. I don't negotiate with terrorists. You ain't about to hold the poom poom. I don't negotiate with terrorists. No. Shit. What the hell you think this is? I don't do this or do that or else? Nah. Shit. You ain't gonna hold your shit. Hold out then. Hold out. I get it tomorrow. I can wait. Lost one said, John, yeah, I read that. JB Boston said, lost one, imagine having your eyeball pushed to the back of your skull by a Mad Gypsy Iron Finger. But imagine this. Imagine this. Just because you have an ice pick, just because you have the means of doing something, don't mean that shit gonna work out in your favor. Because just like John Fury, oh, he met his match. There was somebody out there for John Fury too. He might be a bad man, but he's a lot older out. He's a lot older now. And guess what? There's somebody out there for his big ass too. You know what I'm saying? He didn't win all his fights. You didn't see him becoming a champion of the world, unified, undisputed. There's a reason for that. Because when he got his ass in that boxing ring, he met somebody he met somebody that was exactly for his ass that he'd been looking for. He met that person, just like Debo. Debo was a bully. Debo knew who he could bully. Debo knew who he could bully and not bully. That's the reason why he go over there with Craig and Day and them. Debo couldn't go everywhere because somebody would have been and shot his ass, or there was somebody out there for his ass. You see what I'm saying? Or there was somebody out there that he was going to actually have to fucking fight, not just win. He's going to have to actually fucking give it his fucking all. You might lose this one. You know? Who did that? Said, yeah, I'm putting my money on Wilder 100%. I see a different level of confidence, difference this time around. I'm just passing you though. I'm just passing you the assist. Oh, thanks, my brother. Thank you. Nah, I got what you were saying. Who did that? Lost was said, tell her you need proof of life. Mike, yeah, I need proof of life. Yep. I need proof of poom poom first. Yeah, because what if you do go out there and do that and then she renege or she say she didn't say that? Oh, I'm tired. Mm-hmm. Give me that pussy. You know what I'm saying? Give me that. You ain't gotta like it. I'm joking. I ain't like some of them cats. JB Boxer said, I ain't like Oscar. JB Boxer said that's what John Fury got 10 years in jail for. He pushed his finger into a guy's eye and a organized traveling fight gone wrong. You push your fingers in the back of somebody's eye like that just because you was losing or he was getting the best of you or something extremely pissed you the fuck off. Green Machine, what's happening, baby? Said I think it's mid-round Wilder TKO. Fury talking about knocking out. Fury talking about knockout. So if he trades early, he's going to get caught at some point, and Wilder should have enough in the tank to put him put it on him to get the stoppage. Yep. JB Boxer said, and the guy's eyeball was apparently nearly out the socket. Ugh, that's disgusting. Mr. Finesse, what's happening, baby? That's fucking shit. I bet you he's looking at. I bet you he's still looking for John Fury with that one good eye. Green Machine, you know what? I haven't heard anything from Oscar Rivas, but I haven't been looking. So, you know what? But talking about Oscar Rivas, made me bring up this. Made me think about this. Why isn't Dillian White talking about fighting Michael Hunter, but fighting Povetkin? Why is that? Why is he talking about fighting Povetkin instead of a young buck that's hungry that just went into a draw with the guy? Doesn't make any sense. And how come they ain't running that back too? Oh, because he got, I guess Alexander Povetkin got a bigger fight, more money, blah blah blah. Yeah. E. Wilson, what's happening, baby? Mr. Finesse said Wilder about to beat the fear back into Fury's pops. Yeah, and Fury know he really respect Deontay Wilder. He really do. I think out of everybody in there, I think because they all used to talk, man. They all used to, get on their phone and message each other back and forth and stuff like that. And then not only that, You know what kind of person Tyson Fury is. You know he's a fucking asshole. You know he's trying to sell the fight. You know he got problems. I mean, you know exactly what's going to come before it comes. You know, it's just one of those things, man. Like, I think him and Tyson. I think all them dudes is cool. I think all these guys who think they got problems with each other. I think I think really, to tell you the truth, at the end of the day, they can still have a fucking civilized fucking conversation. I missed where I was at. Green Machine said easier fight. Mr. Finesse said White versus Povetkin, the battle of the dope fiends. God damn. Yeah. Just unfortunate, man. And like I tell a lot of people, man, that's athletes out there in the game, man. You gotta watch people, man. Some people don't want to see you playing. Might put something in your drink, in your food. You know, you might think that you going out there. Look at Oscar De La Hoya. He thought it was cool and daddy to get these escorts, and these escorts tried to extort his ass. Damn, I said escort his ass. Extort his ass. Well, they did escort his ass. Squirt. Escort. um, um, but yeah, there's a lot of people and then when you have money too, man, people are always out there trying to get over on your dollar, finesse you out of money and stuff like that. Yeah. He was to say he up there at work. Hey man, thanks for coming by, man. I try to keep it low on the cuss words, man, just in case you got people walking around. I don't want people looking at you weird. Last one said Michael Hunter made me a fan in the Povetkin fight. I picked Povetkin to win that fight, by the way. I thought Povetkin's experience. I thought Povetkin, fighting a younger dude that seemed to be hungry. I thought that he would have put a lot, but then again, they didn't have that long to get up in there and do what they needed to do for the fight, train and stuff like that. But I still thought that but I'm pretty sure he knew that he was up next and well enough ahead of time to be in better shape. But I just put Povetkin, man, because of experience, man, and that still, even though he's 40 something years old, he's just not a guy that you're just gonna walk in there and walk over. He might give it his all the first couple of rounds and then gas out, but he's gonna try to hurt you. So Boxing Square said Boxing Square for boxing news and boxing news and views from around the world. I mean around the internet, right? That's what you say. Yeah, you got a nice little intro, man. Reeve is still weighing up a top ranked deal. According to reports from a few weeks back, I think he'll get one. I think he'll get one. I think he would get one. I hope he does get a deal with somebody. Because just because he lost against Dillian White, or has a loss period, doesn't mean he can't figure out what needs to be done. Plus I thought it was a good competitive fight anyway. So JB Boxer said White must be thinking more White must be thinking more and one about them slave trade comments from Barry Hearn. They just using him for the UK pay-per-view dates. Well, that's what Dillian White wanted. And that's the reason why it seemed like Dillian White didn't take the Dominic Brazil fight when he knew that Dominic Brazil was the mandatory. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to be a pay-per-view star, just like a lot of boxers want to be a pay-per-view star and head their own headlines. You see what I'm saying? They want to be headliners. They want to be pay-per-view stars. They want the big bucks and stuff like that. A lot of fighters want that notoriety, or you know what word I'm talking about. They want that. And I seriously believe that those comments that Barry Hearn said, I don't think that he understood it that way. And to think about it on the other spectrum of things, maybe Barry Hearn didn't mean it like that either. Maybe it didn't have a type of racial thing towards it. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he did. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it shows you that back in the days they were getting over on boxers. They flat out were. They were doing it because they fucking could. Sorry. My bad, E. Wilson. Because they could. They could get over on it. They could, sign these guys to contracts to where they had them locked in. And some of these guys do it to this day. Because some people don't have bargaining power. They don't have the bargaining power to say what they are willing, what they are willing to take. They just take what they could get, what's offered to them. When you think about the training camps, getting all these guys, the bottled water, the food, the equipment, the light bill, the HVAC, the heating and AC bill, all these bills that rack up until you becoming this fighter. And then when you're getting these on these Showtimes, BT Sports, Sky Sports cards and stuff like that, you start accruing more money because you trying to invest more money into yourself, bringing different sparring partners in, getting different trainers, going to different gyms and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how much they charge, but they charging something. Maybe not a percentage of what you make, maybe a flat fee, but they charging you something. The piss test, whether that is it's on your own, whether that is UCAD, whether not it's WADA, USADA, whatever the case may be, the Russian piss test company, whatever the case may be. You have to pay for all this stuff. Some of these guys have to pay for all this stuff. And maybe Matchroom Boxing or PBC or whatever advisor, promotional company or whatever you with aren't willing to fit your bill. You got to pay that in the rear. So once you get your money, we start doing some deducting. Flights for all your little things and stuff like that. It's just a tough thing, man. But at the end of the day, White would have got that money if he would have just fought Dominic Brazil, right? If he would have just fought Dominic Brazil, right? Right? He would have became the mandatory, already had the Deontay Wilder fight, still would have been able to fight, a couple of guys in between Deontay Wilder, and still would have done pay-per-views. So it's kind of like you as a boxer, you choose which way you want to go when it comes to what road you want to take when it comes to you getting to your destination. You choose that. You got to live with that. Don't make everybody else the excuse on why you didn't get this, why you didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you're dealing with a female, or sometimes when you hear these females out there say this dude don't know how to have sex, this guy didn't hit it right and stuff like that. Sometimes the woman got to check herself first because maybe her shit ain't all that. See what I'm saying? Read these comments. My bad, y'all. JB Boxer said White must be thinking more. Oh, I read that one. He Wilson said, "What's up? Salute. Who did that? Who did that? Said I got zero respect for them boys when they want Povetkin and not Ortiz. When his excuse is he old. It's about money, man. It's about money. White ain't got to fight. White ain't got to fight Ortiz. White is a mandatory. White know that he's got to wait till 2021, or unless Wilder wins and Tyson Fury doesn't want that third fight, or if Tyson Fury wins and Wilder's the same way, or if Tyson Fury wins twice, he knows that he's gonna have to wait. And while he's waiting, he's gonna fight somebody that's gonna put on a good show who he thinks he has the best chance of winning. Because the way that he's been taught boxing, as far as promotional side and stuff like that, is the the threat to money ratio. You know, the threat to money ratio. I just don't like him because he's running his mouth. I like him as a boxer. I like his heart that he puts in the ring. But all the jaw jabbing, I don't respect it. You know, like I said in my other video, you know, if you got the proof and all that stuff, man, just show it. Don't stop running your mouth. E. Woodson says it's all publicity. I think, well, yeah, it looked like it. Mr. Finesse said, "Who did that? Salute, fam." Last one said, "I thought Povetkin would KO him too." Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen. Ring Machine White versus Povetkin is a horrible, messy fight. Pointless to match both of them. No, I don't think it's pointless to match both of them. I think that if anybody wants to say if anybody is sloppy, windmillish, White is a very sloppy fighter. I don't think White has the best of chins. Once he gets hit with a big shot, all you got to do is land one on his chin, and he's going down. Flush his legs. They go pretty quick when he get hit. They get real shaky. Like his equilibrium gets off, or he gets loss of body function in his legs. Lost one said, "I thought Povetkin would KO him too." E. Wilson said, "No PG-13, Mike. I'm in my office now, so keep it rated R, or you are going to make me cuss out one of these tenants myself." Yeah, I heard the hell out of that. Green Machine said Rivas versus Ortiz is interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Rivas got options. Ortiz got options for who he could fight out there and make an interesting fight. They both do. Yep. But who they gonna fight? Boy, oh boy. My God. I haven't heard any news about King Kong Ortiz. What's up with that? Even though we all know they don't talk much on their social media page and stuff like that. Even though we know they don't talk too much. Let's see though. Let's see what he got on Twitter. Let's see. King Kong. Nah, he ain't got nothing on his Twitter, man. He don't do that too many interviews too, man, which I don't understand that one. King Kong. I don't understand that one, because he could have been chiming in on trying to fight a couple of these guys out there, but maybe he's not. That's not into him. Mr. Finesse, that loss to White has an asterisk. Has an asterisk. Yeah, it does have an asterisk. The gloves and the PEDs, it has an asterisk, bruh. It really does. Lost one said, "I love to see White versus Povetkin." I think it's gonna be cool, but I don't think it's not necessarily the fight I want to see, but I think it's gonna be a cool fight. I'm just like, I would have rather him put his money where his mouth is. That's what I would have rather saw. He Winston said, "Salute to the whole chat, Mike and 100." Who did that? Said Mr. Finesse. I feel the same way. I don't know if that knockdown was imposed to be a KO. Yeah. Remy Singh said Usyk versus Chisora going to be for a belt. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but I know that seemed what the word on the street that's going to happen. I think it's interesting. I think that fight is interesting just because of the last performance that Usyk gave. It didn't look all that as far as on Usyk part. And if Usyk is supposed to be this great boxer with great footwork, it should work out in his favor because Chisora doesn't have the best of defenses. He doesn't have the best of footwork, the best of hand speed, and I don't think Chisora really has the arsenal. I'm not talking about the power, the arsenal, um, um, to land good punches on Usyk. You know, so I'm picking Usyk on that fight. Yeah, I'm picking Usyk. Um, yeah, I'm picking Usyk. Chisora also doesn't have the best of stamina. I hope he fixed that shit for this fight, make it so it could be an interesting fight. Highly doubt it though. Highly doubt it. Mr. Finesse, who did that, is crazy dude. Literally got away with cheating and still damn near got knocked out. Yes, damn near got knocked out. My whole thing is my thing with that. I'm still interested to see. I'm still interested to. I want to hear, which I didn't hear, or maybe I should ask this though. Has anybody out there heard anything regarding the glove issue when it comes to that fight? You know, as far as was there an investigation done or of any sort? Did they even look into it? Did they, as far as what you want to say, like a non disciplinary review of that to see if it needs to go further? I didn't hear anything, so I just seriously think that it's been so long that there's nothing really they can really do. I don't think they want to take that from Dillian White now. I think that the only thing they could do is the only thing that they want to do is and just make it right. Compensate Oscar Rivas for that. That's what I'm thinking they're doing. I think they're just gonna compensate him for that BS. I don't think it's because what you gonna investigate something that happened a couple months ago and everything's been thrown away, or people trying to recall exactly what they saw and trying to get everybody and all the money you're gonna have to pay to do all the interviews and so yeah. TJ Wilkins said, what's happening? He said, anybody from the UK here? Who is that dude with Dillian's last name? God dang. TJ Wilkins, that's Mr. White. Or Mrs. White, one of the two. E. Wilson said, I just can't see Usyk as a heavyweight. A real puncher would sleep his ass. He just gotta figure it out, man. There's always a way, man. There's always a way. Figure it out. He's just gonna have to figure it out. If you ain't got the power, to get people out, man, you have to go to a TKO or a decision. You gonna have to figure another way to win, man. But there's always a way. Now, do I think Usyk could do it? Nah. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it is. And there's not a lot of fighters out there that can come in, 210, 209, 210, 215, 223, and knock people smooth the fuck out. Or knock them down. There's not a lot of fighters out there that could do that, man. Some of these fighters, they do need that extra weight to add with that kinetic energy. Who did that? But yeah, part of me saying you're right. It was, and I'm kind of speculating on that, man. I gotta, sometimes you just gotta see what somebody can do to prove to you, to make you believe that person is what they say they is. and I can't. He hasn't proven anything to me. Like it really doesn't mean anything. He didn't prove nothing to me, but I just can't see it. I don't. I'm just gonna say that I don't see it either. Right as of right now, who did that? Said E. Woodson. Hell yeah, Usyk couldn't hurt Teaspoon. Come on, man. He called the man teaspoon. God damn. Dude quit for fatigue. I don't see him beating nobody relevant in the division. He fought a bum straight off the beach, man. He fought a bum literally. Well, the guy wasn't a bum, just the analogy. He fought a bum straight off the beach, you know, and he was getting tagged with a guy that was tired in the second round. Hello. It's like, bruh, you got to figure that out, man. Maybe he's still got an elbow condition. I don't know, but didn't sit well with me. Mr. Finesse, I have heard nothing about the gloves or the B sample. You ain't gonna hear nothing about the gloves. You ain't and for sure ain't nobody asking Dillian White about them gloves either. And that B sample, that's up to Dillian White's. That's Dillian White's discretion. If he wants to release that B sample, it ain't UCAD's discretion. UCAD ain't got nothing. It's in UCAD rules. That's up to the fighter. It's because it's either they go with the A sample, or you say the B, or you say go ahead and test it. They test the B sample. It has the same shit. So it kind of gives you an out to prove to try to explain yourself with the first thing, explain yourself on why you popped and stuff like that. And then, UCAD, they got this weird thing to where they had banned a guy for cocaine usage, and his excuse is that he kissed a woman, she had cocaine on her lips, and I believe they gave him a 2-year ban. Rugby player, they gave him a 2-year ban. This is like a week ago or two. But the thing about it is, he's been waiting for about like damn near a year to get banned for 2 years. So he ain't been playing for. So that's probably retroactive. So he probably got like another year, maybe a month or two. But he got banned for having cocaine because he didn't have a good enough excuse. He just didn't have a good enough excuse. He said a woman kissed him. She had cocaine on her lips. How long does cocaine last in your system? 3 days, 4 days. It don't last no 7 days. It's in and out. Dang, how much did she have on her lips? Every time you kissed her? How many times you kissed her? Well, I kissed her about like 60 times. Did every time that you kissed her, she put another little line of cocaine on her lips? You know? E. Wilson said Usyk should beat Chisora, no doubt. Yeah, I think so too with that one. But as he goes up in the food chain, it's gonna get harder and harder. So he's just gonna have to evolve. He's gonna have to get better and better. That's the only thing a boxer should do is get better and better. But we don't. How many times we see that? Mr. Finesse says I have heard nothing about the gloves or the B sample. Yep. E. Wilson said, but he can't hang with the top heavyweights. He might not be able to. He might not be able to hang with them, man. I'm right along with you. I don't know, bruh. Mr. Finesse said, at this point, I just want to see Wilder knock the Lycan head off. Yeah, I think that. I seriously think that Dillian White, he needs to look at himself in the mirror. But like Wilder said, every time somebody fights him, they have the best training camp. They come in at the best weight. Besides Bermain Stavern, but everybody just seems to come in with all the bells and whistles for Deontay Wilder. But when they fight these other guys, it ain't like that. So I don't know. He went and said facts at who did that. You right, bro. He couldn't do nothing against a used car salesman. Yeah, used car salesman getting ready to pick up a new used truck. No shade to Teaspoon. Yeah, you just shaded him right there. But he ain't no real heavyweight. Nah, he didn't even have Witherspoon didn't even have his head in the right place, man. He didn't have a full foot. He didn't have no dedication. We always talk about how motivated and how and where these boxers' head is and stuff like that, and that they should give 100% to boxing and stuff like that, and be and all that stuff. And this guy, he wasn't even in it. He wasn't worried about boxing. He was worried about keeping his business in float. So you go on and pick him to when you and this is the crazy thing, man. You pick this guy, right? And you have all these guys within the top 10, top 15 of all these sanctioning bodies who you either never, in the heavyweight division, who you never heard of or who's not fighting nobody. And you didn't even fight him. But anyways, let's go back to the next one. That's just, that's crazy, man. You couldn't do nothing with that boy. Who did that? Right, bro, Eat Wilson. It's a whole different level of killers in the heavyweight division. Put him in there with FA or Dubois, then give him credit. Yes, exactly. Then give him the credit. Give him all the credit in the world. Hell, you could have fought Nathan Gorman. What happened? You know what I'm saying? You could have fought Richard Lartley. You could have fought somebody. You chose to fight somebody nobody ever heard of. Somebody that probably ain't been in the gym in 3 months. So who did this? Said Mr. Finesse? Hell yeah. Who did that? Said I'm ready to see Wilder get his hands on all of them dudes. Yeah, there's gonna be some running. There's gonna be some running. When you tearing that ass up and you wonder why, you're like, man, you better get that ass back in the air, girl. Better get that ass back in the air, girl. Don't be slouching. It's gonna be just like that. Running from the dang thing. Damn near off the bed. You start from one edge of the bed, and y'all end up on the other side of the bed. She trying to run. Shit, E. Wilson said the bar putting him in a body bag at who did that. E. Wilson said he got some coffee. He got some tea with a spoon. Teaspoon. Y'all some assholes, man. Y'all ain't right, bruh. Y'all leave that poor man alone, man. He leave that man alone, man. He tried. He tried, man. He needed that money because he needed a few more trucks on his lot. Who did that said y'all ain't right. Leave that man alone. This shit, man. Who did that said picked him off the street like it was a game of pickup. God. That dude was playing jacks. God dang. Baby, you need a ride? He driving down the blade. He see a prostitute and he's like, you hear the brakes? He's like, baby, hey baby, you need a ride? Yeah, daddy, how you doing? Oh, hop on in. Where you going, baby? Where you going? Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, let me read it. Who did that said at Eat Wilson? I agree. I hope we get one of them fights because they gonna have the odds like Usyk is beast. Yep. I'm picking against him for sure. I might end up if it's $20, it's $25, $50, give me a whole bunch. I might just do that, man. Just on GP, just on general purposes, just in case shit. Just in case shit don't go because but then to think about it, Chisora had all this time, man, to get better, man, and to figure things out. Maybe he did get like a little tad bit better. But he just ain't really been showing it. He just ain't really been showing it, man. Like, so I don't really know what to say, man, about Chisora. Stamina and his non-existing jab. The mantra of war and not boxing. You want to play rock'em sock'em instead of, finesse his punches, and stuff like that. So I don't know, bruh. Yeah. E. Wilson said tea with a spoon. Yep. Mr. Finesse said T-Pain was just trying to make a few dollars. He ain't hurt nobody. Yeah, he ain't. Yeah. He was in there and he was out. You know, I hope he got enough money to where it was worth it. You know, he need to go to the gym at least 2 times a week, man. At least, you know, they always say you never know when you're calling, and that was his time to shine right there. Boy, that was his time to shine. JB Boxing, I'm betting on Joyce. I think he's gonna old man Du Bois. I don't think he's gonna old man shit. I don't think he's gonna old man shit. I think Du Bois is gonna old man Joyce. He gonna be like he gonna knock that dude out, and he gonna look at Joe Joyce's trainer, and he gonna be like, "You want something too, old man?" And guess what the trainer gonna say? "I told you to stop coming around here messing with these people." You know what I'm saying? You want something too, old man? Nah, Daniel Du Bois said it like this. You want something too, old man? He said it like that, like nice and easy. You want something too, old man? That's how he said. Hell nah. I told you to stop messing with these people. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Finesse said Joyce going to get stopped. Yes, he is. Who did that said? Laugh out loud, rock 'em, sock 'em. Yep, rock 'em, sock 'em. That's what it's, yeah. Mr. Finesse said they say Wilder is not skilled, but sorry. They say Wilder is not skilled, but be fans of White and Chisora. Quick, fast, in a motherfucking hurry. Quick, fast, in a motherfucking hurry. But they fans of them too is because it has nothing to do with their boxing ability. It has to do with them. They from the same country. But I keep it real with everybody. I told everybody, I do not like them fucking costumes that Deontay Wilder come out in. I don't like that Earth, Wind, and Fire George Clinton looking ass shit. I'd be like, man, you from the hood. The fuck is you doing? But I'm a fan of Wilder since he likes it. I'm like, I don't like that shit. Every time he come out there, I'm gonna hear some outstanding. Boom, 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 boom. Girl, you knocked me out. That's what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Wilder be coming out there looking like he coming out in a drag show. I need to leave him. It's raining. It's raining whites. Hallelujah. It's raining whites. I'm joking. Dillian Whites. He once said, Joyce is too slow. My grandpa swing faster, and he 90. You know who's Sugar Ray swing faster than him. You see him hitting that speed bag? Boxing Square said, Great Stream Michael was a good way to make my lunchtime walk go quicker. Oh, you out there walking like Marsilio Suleimans, huh? I'm joking. You know, he be taking the morning walks all the time. I be seeing him on Twitter. Yeah, man. Thanks. Thanks, man. I'm glad I can help you out, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on people's streams, especially on long drives. You know, I'll be hitting yours, and everybody else is up. You know, especially when I be having them 3-hour drives. Y'all be shit. It be feeling like a fucking hour. 3 hours would be like it's feeling like an hour. I'm listening to people's past live streams or the videos that I missed. I scroll through and see which ones I didn't see. Click on it, like it, and get to listening. Next thing you know, it is 45 minutes here for a video, 25 here, 15. Next thing you know, I'm there. So yeah, it do. And I'll be enjoying them too. JB Boxer said he is, but Du Bois can't be hit. I won't be surprised. I'm sorry. He said he is, but Du Bois can be hit. I won't be surprised if Joyce beats him. That's for sure. I won't either. I'll be disappointed. I won't be surprised, but I'll be disappointed. Because the only way I see Daniel getting hit with a big shot is when he's throwing those combinations. But Daniel likes to throw great combinations because he likes to throw combinations down low, up top, down low. You know, so I like that about him because it throws your opponents off. You know, you got to pick something. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, you know what always happens? You hit somebody in the stomach, they either winch or they try to block it. You go back up top because, naturally you hit somebody in the stomach. They might bend over. They might flinch. They might, you might knock the air out or something like that. Or they might not have their hands up because they're tired of getting hit in the body. So, yeah. If Joyce wins, so be it. I hope that, if the fight is competitive, I wouldn't care who wins because it is because in order for it to, from far as I can see, it's like Joyce got to get that hand speed up, man. He got to. I'm not a firm believer that I'm a believer that you can teach hand speed, but you can't teach nobody to be like, extremely fucking fast. But I think that you could teach people to get faster than what they are. Yeah, if he gets hit by Daniel, he's going down. I think Daniel got a better chin than Joe Joyce. So who did they say? Blessings, love, and peace to y'all. I'm in the listening section enjoying the show. Thanks, man. Thank y'all for holding it on with me, man. Trying to get some more of these comments, man. Let me light the cigarette real quick. You know me, I'm smoking them new pokes. Damn it, didn't even light this hole all the way. Give me a second, fellas. Where was I at? Okay, JB Boxing said Wilder wears that to promote two different cultures in today's society. I don't think it's two different cultures. I think that I was watching this TV show with this kid that's in high school and he has like these superpowers because of this plant blew up or this biological company blew up, and this family believed in his dad on his side. They're all part of this group. It has nothing to do with Batimans or Chichiman, whatever you want to call them. Has nothing to do with that, but they all have like cloaks or masks and stuff they wear to in touch with their ancestors, and then the type of thing you wear correlates to what type of person you are and stuff like that. It's like building a mantra. It's like building a mantra. That's what I get from it. It's building them something to boost your powers, your abilities, your mindset, and all that, and confidence and all that stuff. Like back in Africa, back in the days in Africa, and even to the days, some of the tribes, China back in the days, Japan back in the days, even the samurai warriors had masks. Even they had masks. And everything about their armor meant something. And sometimes they even had talismans on themselves to give them extra powers, to give them the belief that they were bigger than what life has put them on this earth to be. Or that their destiny was bigger, make them believe that their destiny was bigger than what some of their destiny was bigger than what they thought it was, because they thought that they were ordinary men. Oh, you're not the regular infantry. You are the super duper infantry. So you get this super duper uniform with the super duper talisman made from jade, straight from the super duper prime minister. You know what I'm saying? Confidence. Let's read some of these. Mr. Finesse said, nah, I didn't like that Power Ranger outfit, but I like the results. I guess I'm not the only one. Power up. Oh man, I need to lay out Wilder, man. Oh shit. Mr. Finesse, Gary Russell has a dope ring walk last night. Yeah, he had a dope ring walk. He had a dope. I fell asleep. I was on Tyrone's live stream, man, and I just couldn't hang with the brothers. I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't hang. I fell asleep. I had to work this weekend. I had to be up super early. Just couldn't hang, man. Just couldn't hang. Just couldn't hang. The hand speed on Gary Russell, man, is something else, bruh. The hand speed, something else. E. Wilson said, at JB Boxing, you're right, though. Fam, DeBar's defense ain't the great. Yeah, it ain't. It ain't great. He right. It ain't great. JB Boxing right. It ain't great. Good point. This should be a good one. Either way, salute. Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, shit. Here comes Tyrone. You better call on Tyrone.
What's good?
Call him. What's happening, baby?
Nothing much, man. I just got off that fucking game, ran some trash players. So I just got mad and I'm gonna take a break now. But what are you talking about?
Nah, I was just reading the comment section. JB Boxing said Daniel Dubois' defense ain't that great. Mr. Finesse said Gary Russell's ring walk was dope. I like that dude that was trying to talk shit to Gary Russell on his phone, trying to clout chase. He was yelling. That dude couldn't talk the next day. I was talking about Wilder's outfits. I was talking about like that Earth, Wind, and Fire shit.
Yeah.
Hey, but it is what it is, man. It works out. Like Mr. Finesse said. He said, "Nah, I don't like that Power Rangers outfit, but I like the results." Yeah. So.
Yep. Man, but I saw what you were talking about. I saw in the afternoon or something. I saw this debate, and I know he's his dad, Tyson Fury's dad, but that's where he learned to talk so much bullshit from. His dad was an ass fighter and said he could have fought Lennox Lewis or some dumb shit like that. So I don't know. I don't even take it with a pinch of salt. But David Hay, I think he sees something. David Hay is the only one at the table, who's woken up. The rest of them, Malignaggi he's pissed off and petty because they banned him from Wilder fights or this Wilder Fury fight, and that's for right reason. But yeah, most of the shit.
Yeah, and David Hayes is the only one that sparred him.
Yeah, none of them outsparred him. David Hayes is the only one who's been in the ring with him. Oh, he can't fight off the back foot. Oh, he can't. I'll bet you 100,000. He doesn't have 100,000. And if he does, he's just gonna ask Tyson for it.
Dang, Dubois' sister boxes too?
Yeah, she's gonna go to the Olympics. She's going to the Olympics.
Damn, I'm just glad she don't sound like him though. Woo. Yeah.
Hi, my name is. Does she have a personality?
She looked like she has a better. She's more open.
Okay.
But then again, it's like we don't know him. I don't know Daniel. Daniel probably do got some fucking jokes for your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Behind the scenes, yeah.
He probably do. He probably be like, your hairline fucked up, bruh.
This deep voice.
Look like Wilder hit your ass in the forehead. Your hairline fucked up, bruh. Then Melissa St. Ville, she won her fight. I think it was in Illinois. She got the NABO lightweight championship. Went over Canada's Jessica Kamara.
Knockout.
Don't think so.
All right.
I don't. I saw some of her fights. I don't think she has the juice for all that. You know.
Man, I just don't know what. I don't know how Malignaggi keeps getting these jobs over there. Like, because he doesn't have a job here, he gets sent over there. You know, I mean, it's just he's so ass. Like him and Teddy Atlas, I put in the same boat.
Mm.
Like they are not good commentators. They think whatever they say is God, is gospel, and if you don't take it, you're gonna be doomed.
No, I don't think it's that. I think I think it's exactly how people perceive us. I think it's exactly that. It's like when they say the PBC protection squad, the Al Heyman protection squad, the Deontay Wilder protection squad, is them. And the reason why I say that is because you know time and time again they get up there and they don't tell the truth. They have reporters out there that aren't reporters. They call them reporters, but the only thing they do is say everything and report everything that's in their favor. They don't ask them the tough questions. They don't, you know what I'm saying. When they do ask them the tough questions, they allow them um, to create their own narrative because they're employed by them. And then not only that is like I keep telling people is it seems like they know what they're doing, but they just don't care as long as they can get people to believe in them. See, to me, when it comes to debating, and you're basing the results of the debate is the results of the debate is in the hands of the audience. It's not about who's right and who's wrong. It's about what you can prove to the audience and then what the audience wants to believe. Not whether or not you're right or wrong. See what I'm saying? It's like you go into court and you got a juror and the juror is gonna be that's not because you did it. That's not because you didn't do it. It's because the jurors think you did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they say, well, we think he did it. Well, I think he won. It sounded good.
Yeah, thing is, it's kind of like that. I think like Teddy Atlas and Malinaji, these guys thrive off of being known as the person who tells it how it is. And nobody else can do that but them. So instead of like Malinaji, instead of saying just not even behind the scenes, if somebody asks him, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I thought Fury won." That's all you have to say. But he'll come out to everybody. He'll purposely go out to an interviewer or whatever. Yeah. Fury won that fight, and this is how he did it. And I don't like any of the guys who say Wilder thought they won the fight. I don't know anybody who normal human being, you thought Wilder won the fight, and I say it how it is. Look at me. Okay, we'll kick you off Showtime. Not that hard. If you have an opinion, you can get asked it once. Say it and move on with it. You don't have to make a big show. They try to push this big show to up their profile to be these type of people. Oh, I say it how it is. Now, there's a lot of people who say it how it is, but they don't make a show of saying it how it is. It's just ridiculous. That's why I hate those guys, man.
And then think about it like this. It's like they're on BT Sports. Oh, Frank got to deal with BT Sports. Why would they say anything bad about Tyson Fury? Why would they make it even look like Tyson Fury is bad?
All the commentators, no shade at the UK, no shade. But what I've noticed, all the commentators here at dead end jobs who've been fired or third tier or prelim fights go over to Sky or BT or whatever in the UK and get front row seats and are the main commentators. I'm just saying. No shade, but that's what I see because Malnaji nobody knows who he is over here, and Sky just loved him, and we fired him.
He got his ass whooped by Conor McGregor in sparring.
Yes, he did, and he got destroyed by that dude in bare knuckle fighting.
Destroyed.
And then complained about it being,
my hands are broke.
Close. My hands are broke, and this and that. It's not boxing. Can shut the fuck up.
Mr. Boxing today said, "Hey, y'all go out there, make sure y'all subscribe to Tyrone Boxing Squared. And Mr. Boxing Today. Mr. Boxing Today said John Fury made LeVar Ball blush. That was absolutely cringeworthy. You know what? As fucked up as that sounds, they both got fucking extremely bald heads. They tall, they out of shape, but they are on. You right. They are on the same fucking line. It's like they say the most dumb shit. Like, okay, you own a company. You with your boys. Shut the fuck up. I mean, we don't need you. You know what you're saying. You know what you're talking about. He right. That's funny as fuck. He said, look like I should blend a photo with LeVar Ball and him. Blend a photo up. Isn't it? They probably about the same complexion too, Tyrone, ain't they? Where the fuck Tyrone go? Tyrone's.
Oh, yeah.
You hear what Mr. Boxing Today said?
Well, I just saw it in the comment section. He said that he makes LeVar Ball look cringe. Yeah, I mean the guy that's out there talking about my son is the best, and nobody can beat him, and he was weak as a kid. Listen, your son's body not tight. Period. Even in the slow mo, he's jiggling. So I don't want to hear all that. He's getting KO'd.
He's a bully. That dude's just
Exactly. That's what he
he's a
does.
straight
These
bully.
guys run around and try to, he tried to get the other bald dude and, try to push him around and move his muscle. David Haye wasn't having. David Haye would knock him out now.
Yeah, he don't want that. He know. He'd try. He'd try, but he know deep down inside he can't afford to get hit by that dude.
Oh no. David Haye, even on fucking, peg legs, can still knock
He
him
swung
out.
on Chisora. Chisora was talking that shit, and David Haye swung on him.
Yeah, and he should. But you know what, man? I understand him like fighting for his son. That's cool, but don't spread lies about other people while you're doing it. And don't spread lies about yourself because you don't have $100K in your bank account because it's not your bank account. It's your son's. And you're going to ask for him to put money down. But if you do that, you'll just lose it.
Damn.
Isn't
that the same motherfucker that said he don't want to see his son in the ring with this dude again?
Yep. Exact same person. And then he said, if he punches so hard, nobody will get up in the 12th round. Well, how about you get up in there? You're just as big, aren't you? You'll see how hard Deontay is.
Shit, he did get in there. He got
David
his
Haye
ass
right
whooped.
there.
He did get in and he got his ass whooped.
No, I'm saying the dad should get in there too. I mean, it's just kind of annoying, man. Guys that sit down and spread lies, like Wilder always has to come in and shut them up.
JB Boxing said, let me read some of these comments. JB Boxing said, Canelo versus Callum Smith is heavy rumored to be next. Canelo snapped Smith in 3 rounds, fielding style. I don't know, man.
Possible. It's possible.
Man, I can see that though. But I'm still kind of like, I don't understand why Canelo ain't went up over there in the UK, when he went to zone, but in cahoots with Matchroom Boxing, you know what I'm saying? To try to get them guys to, to tune in for, and stuff like that. Not only that, the outreach boxing. I don't, you want to sit here and fight in America, that's fine and dandy and all, man. But if you want to be known as one of the greats and stuff like that, and there's a whole level of degree of things that you need to do and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's why go over there when you got franchise tag, you got belts and stuff like that. You got people riding on you. You ain't got to go to nobody's territory. You can just bring them to you, And then Telemus Lofi said David Haye ducked Shannon Briggs and fought a cruiserweight. He has a lot of nerves. Shannon Briggs was done. Shannon Briggs been done 10 years ago. I mean, he's been done. I mean, Shannon Briggs has been walking around here trying to get a payday. So I'm not mad at him going over there and doing what he did. JB Boxer say he sure did. Haye ducked him like a plague. I would have too. Cause he just needed some money. He was done. That's just my opinion. Thelman Lofi said, by the way, I haven't watched the video. I just assume he is trash talking because it's in the thumbnail. Yeah, he is. Well, they call it a debate. That's the thing. It wasn't a fucking debate. It was a dick riding convention. That's what it was. It was straight up mean old, up and down, shake it like it's fucking hot, hot girl, dick riding. Dick riding like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? There was a whole bunch of moistness around this fucking video when you go in the comment section. Whole bunch of moistness. You know? Mr. Boxing Today said, John Fury may live. Oh, I read that one. He's Thimmons Lofi said, keep your wife in sight at all times when talking to Tyrone. I ain't got to worry about that. My wife don't like light skinned dudes, anyways.
Oh no.
Thimmons Lofi said, keep your. Sorry, TJ Wiggins said, I remember that Chisora talking about he snuffed me. Yeah, he snuffed me. He snuffed me. Yeah, motherfucker, you got in his face talking all that shit. You supposed to be the dude talking about I just run up you. You supposed to be the hard dude, and then you turn into a fucking snitch real fucking quick, didn't you? Start snitching real quick. He snuffed me. He snuffed me. You see that, everybody? He hit me. He hit me. He hit me.
Glossed me. He glossed me. He glossed me.
Yeah, that's what he said. He
Run around
glossed me.
saying that. But you know what? All these guys, John Fury needs to worry about turning his son Tommy or whatever, because that guy has fought people off the turnip truck and been looking bad doing it, and then they got him paid to lay down anyway. He still looked bad. He needs to worry about that son trying to do something instead of worrying about what Tyson will do. Because Tyson's, you know, if you want to worry about Tyson, worry about him when you get to the hospital that night.
Yeah, that's right. Worry about your son, sucker. Mr. Boxing Today said the man, John Fury, wouldn't even agree that at the very least Wilder has heart and power. Even if he believes his son will win or is better, the fact he wouldn't even acknowledge the pure obvious. And that's that part just showed me that they just wanted to degrade Wilder. They wanted to shit on Wilder's pimping. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like when you in the comment section with somebody and they say, "Oh, you don't know nothing about boxing because of this." And what they talking about a whole bunch of bullshit, and you see they get a whole bunch of likes, it's because they know that that's what the people that they deal with subscribe to. And so now they just invalidate it, like John Fury trying to do. He's trying to invalidate Deontay Wilder's power. And then I get some dude named Chad Mullen coming up in here regurgitating the same thing because none of these guys can come up with their own goddamn shit. They believe in this shit. When these guys come out here and say something that they like, they agree to it. And that's the reason why I wish I personally knew these guys so I could hand out some loans, so they could sell me their house, so they could sell me their car, so I can show them this is the reason why you don't listen to motherfuckers and you do it your own way. Because all you gotta do is befriend these hoes. All you gotta do is befriend these hoes. They'll let you hit their wife and all that shit. Hell, they give you their tax money because they believe that you know what you're doing because you can make it sound good that you're a good investor. Oh man, I use this app called Robinhood on my phone, man. If you give me your tax money right now, we could double this up in 2 days.
Robinhood.
No, it is called Robinhood. That's what I use. That's one of my. I use Robinhood. And
yeah, I know. And Acorn. No, Acorn is different. That's a small cap.
Oh yeah, but Acorn's got a special right now. So if I got a special one out there that y'all want to send some Valentine's Day flowers to, there's this app called Acorns, Google Play, the Apple Store, whatever you can download, set it up. If you buy flowers through Acorns, they give you $15 back. And then there's all types of other promotionals on there. Super chats, you get $1. You get $1 back for super chats. So if you spend $1, you get $1 back.
That's what's up.
So, Acorns is a pretty good thing if you guys ever heard of it. Mr. Boxing Today, it makes me think this is all false bravado. It is, Mr. Boxing Today. I think so too. You're absolutely right. You 100 with that. I think that if John Fury really thought about that, he would never said that he didn't want to see his son in the ring with Wilder again.
Verbatim.
You know what I'm saying? And if he really thought that, he wouldn't have got kicked out of his son's camp either. You know what I'm saying? If he really had his head on his shoulders and stuff like that. I think this is just him getting on his knees and fixing and fixing what his relationship with his son. I think that's what it is. JB Boxer said John Fury is controversial and controversial sells these days. Yeah, controversial being controversial has always sold. But at the end of the day, you know, John Fury could have came up there and said his son's gonna get his ass whooped, and it still would it would have sold even more. Yeah, his name would have been dragged through the mud, but it would have sold even more. You know, it doesn't matter what these guys says. It just all matters what who gonna believe what come out of each one of these motherfuckers' mouths. And you know, a lot of the guys out here are not willing to do what's not willing to be a free thinker. They just want to go along with the narrative from the countryman and just ride with it, and then tell everybody
Who was
how
it?
wrong they are.
That bald guy in the middle, who or Steve Butt? You know, he's gonna
Probably
toe the
bunts.
line.
It probably was bunts.
He's gonna toe the line. Then you got David A there. Then you got Maldonado. I'm so sick of seeing this guy with his hair transplant. He needs to get off of TV and crawl in a hole. He lost to a guy in boxing who had like more losses than wins in MMA and never
Mm.
did bare knuckle or boxing ever. So I don't want to even hear with this guy. I think both sides should fire him. He has enough money. He can sit down and watch the TV from home. And if you want to talk to somebody about who you think wins the fight, talk to your fucking, I don't know, teddy bear or whoever you crawl in that night or whatever fucking thing.
Mm. Read these other ones. Um. Where the fuck? Dominus Lofi said Shannon May was done, but the fact remains that Hay told the man he would fight him if he fought on the undercard and stopped in the Argentinian. He didn't do it. Wilder told. See, that's the thing though. It's like a lot of people, you know, you can't count everything as a duck, man. You can't count everything as a duck. I don't count that as a duck. The only reason why I said it is it made no sense for David Hay to fight Shannon Briggs. Shannon Briggs was going to fucking lose.
Shannon
Shannon,
Briggs went out. Shannon Briggs went. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
go ahead.
Shannon Briggs went out to the UK because he was broke as fuck here. He admitted it. He had no money. He was about to lose his house. Ran over there and went, cooning and buffooning for a fight and a profile before he came back here and started selling hemp. That's what happened with Shannon Briggs. A beggar, an e-beggar.
Thomas Lofi said Chisora is a beast, is the best no soundbite machine. Love him. He's one of the best soundbite machines. That motherfucker right there. He is straight. He's a straight shooter though. Like he'll tell you how you feel about you real quick. He don't give a fuck. Mr. Boxer today said I was done after John said Wilder hasn't fought Cunningham. That an ounce of respect to my guy USSR, but come on, man. Shake my head, stop it. Yeah, I thought that was the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. I thought that was and we ain't talking about the goddamn USS Enterprise. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the USS Steve Cunningham. You know what I'm saying? What was it? CVN 64. Yeah. I thought that was real dumb, and I think the only reason why Tyson Fury won that fight because the ref allowed Tyson Fury
The
to start doing
elbows
excessive.
and the
Exactly.
holding.
Yeah.
Oh god, he was doing
Excessively.
so much dirty shit. Even when he uppercutted him, he first of all he took his elbow and then tried to raise his chin up like that and try to put it in position before he threw the left hand, then threw it with the right. I mean, how are you gonna do that and get away with that, man?
Didn't say
What the
nothing.
fuck?
Nobody said nothing about it. Yeah, Thelma is Lofi. Yes, exactly. Like
That fight was
Mr. Boxing
BS.
today said. That's what John Fury fucking said. Cunningham. And that's what I keep trying to tell people, man. That's the way it is. He don't care what comes out of his mouth as long as he can get people to believe in it. And people believe that shit. It's the most it's the most crazy like well Tyson Fury didn't fight Dominic Brazil.
Yeah, I think Dominic Brazil is a bum, but he's still better than Otto Wallen and Tom Shitz.
Mm. Hello.
Real talk.
Hello. He Winston said these boxers' dads be more entertaining than the fighters. Angela Garcia, Kenny Porter, Eubank. No, you forgot one. You forgot one. Devin Haney's dad, man. David
Yeah,
Haney's
Bill
dad.
Haney
He
talked some stuff.
yeah, he got some.
He has a
And
mouth.
yeah, I like him because he doesn't come off as an asshole or a know-it-all. You
He's
know,
kind of middle of the road.
he
You
just
know,
riding for his son. He's like, yeah,
yeah,
man. We
he's
just, you
not
know
too
what I'm
bad.
saying? He wanted his son to do the.
Teofimo's dad is bad.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty bad. He's
Angel
worse
Garcia.
than Angel Garcia, I think.
Yeah, Angel Garcia. That's he. I think he be doing. I think he do lines to this day.
Did you see what is it with Keith Thurman in the interview
Hmm.
or that press conference when Thurman and Garcia were going to fight?
What you say?
Did you see what Angel Garcia was doing in that press conference? Thurman Garcia.
Nah.
He was up there calling him nigga and all this stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah, man. These motherfuckers, man. They just you know what I'm saying? You know they don't want to be black, but then you know them motherfuckers do got a lick of black in them, but they don't want to be black. But then they say nigga, but you know what they mean when they say it. They're not saying it like that. They're not saying like I said. They saying it to hurt your feelings, nigga. Let you know you're black and you're worthless. That's why. That's how he's saying it. Yeah. Are you talking about Kenny Porter? Oh, Kenny Porter, pussy buying ass. He need to stop. He need to leave them tricks. So he need to stop tricking. Who did that? Yeah, I got respect for Hay. He stood up what he believed in when he told John Fury, I hope you pray for your son not baking on Wilder folding under pressure. Yeah, he better pray. I'm put it like this. The first time Wilder knocked down Fury, Wilder didn't even hit that motherfucker hard.
You said maybe three. You said a third one. Which one are you talking about?
No, just listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm talking about the one that counted.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Wilder knocked down Fury, the one that counted, the first time, he didn't even hit him hard. He didn't even hit that dude. He didn't even hit that Joker hard. And he went tumbling down.
Wilder said it. He said, I threw a left hand, I threw the right again, and I didn't even throw it that hard, and he went down.
Yeah, I don't think he got a chin.
He just went down.
I don't think he got a chin.
He was surprised. He said, I didn't even throw it that hard. He just went down.
Yeah. Thomas Lofi said, no. I want Fury to get put to sleep twice. Let's get the rematch to destroy all doubt. Yeah. That's how I want it too. That's how I want it. E. Wilson said, can't forget Ruby and Guerrero. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of these dudes out here, man, they need to take a seat. Thomas Lofi said, don't forget Dean White. Oh God. Come on, man. But you know what? Thomas Lofi, that might be Dillian White's daddy.
No. Demis Lofi, we're talking about dads, not girlfriends.
But that might be his daddy, though. I'm talking about in a sexual way. That might be his daddy.
Oh, it could be.
You see, D starts with daddy starts with D, and so he won't call him daddy in public. He call him Dean, but he mean Daddy White. You're on to something, my friend. That might just be his daddy. Should Dean White be like, welcome to 7-Eleven? JB Box said Lopez Sr. as well. Yeah. You got any last words? I'm gonna get up out of here, fellas, though, man. We going on 2 hours and 9 minutes. 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank y'all for coming. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Tyrone's, the homie Mr. Boxing Today. And if you scroll up, you're gonna see him. Boxing Squared is actually really his channel. I think that's if y'all got channels, KTN? Man, just let me know. Say again.
KTN Boxing, I think. Boxing Squared, shout out to you, bro.
Yeah. If y'all got channels and stuff like that, and y'all be dropping videos, just let us know. I give y'all a shout out. No problemo. It's all peace and love. Like them is like TJ Wilkins put up the peace sign. But thank y'all for stopping by. You got any last words, Tyrone?
No, nothing much. Just, everybody's excited for this fight. I think it'll be the biggest fight of the year, and Caleb Plant's fighting next weekend, so upset alert just in case.
Yeah.
What happened to J-Rock? So I'll be watching that too.
On that note, we're gonna get up out of here. Shout outs to the LDBC and everybody stay sucker free.
Yeah, peace out.